Now at 4:30 on WKYT this morning, police have identified the remains found earlier this week in Wolfe County.
A Madison County
Police
biology
say
teacher is facing charges of sexual abuse after admitting to having sex with a student.
And expect slow-moving traffic around campus today. Students at UK are beginning a new year of classes.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you and welcome in. It's nice to have you along with us on this Wednesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a first check of the forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Well, that fall weather just continues to dominate. I mean, it really isn't moving all that much, and it's kind of going to stay put all the way until we hit our Friday and off toward our weekend. And the change there will be the temperatures, not so much the sky cover. So here are the current temperatures at this very moment. We're sitting in the 50s. It's another cool start to the day, and we have some clouds out and around. That's why you're seeing some 60s outside. But nonetheless, this still is on the cool side. It's about 5 to 10 degrees below average. 76, another awesome day in store. And we hold on to that today and tomorrow. But Friday off towards your weekend, it changes a bit. I'll explain that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we will see you then, and we thank you.
Today, one of 4 suspects charged in connection to a 2014 murder case is expected to enter a guilty plea.
17-year-old Damian Sanders is charged with second-degree manslaughter for the death of 21-year-old Antonio Franklin. Sanders was 16 when he was charged in connection to Franklin's death. Police say Franklin was an innocent bystander at Duncan Park when he was caught in the crosshairs of a gun battle. Franklin's mother says she hopes Sanders appears remorseful at today's hearing. If he is, she says she will forgive him.
I wonder how he's feeling as far as I could have made a different decision. But I also wonder what made him get in that mode where he felt like he really needed a gun. That's what's so concerning to me. What made him decide that I have to protect myself and I can't tell an adult what's going on with me.
The 3 other people charged with Antonio's murder are expected to appear in court in September.
State police say human remains found in Wolfe County have been identified as those of a missing man from northern Kentucky. 50-year-old George Neese of Erlanger disappeared last Wednesday. Search crews say they found his remains Monday night near a waterfall off Russell Drive in Campton. Investigators think Neese accidentally fell 40 feet to his death. Family members say he was in the area because he was helping with funeral arrangements for his nephew. Search crews in Laurel County have found the body of a hunter who had been reported missing. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says 69-year-old Stanley Pearson of Berea and a friend were squirrel hunting off Martin Road south of London Tuesday morning. Deputies say the 2 men split up to hunt. They think Pearson accidentally fell down a steep bank while trying to find a squirrel he had shot. They say Pearson died in the fall. His friend reported him missing after Pearson didn't come out of the woods. Deputies say a K-9 unit found his body just after 6:30 last night. Well, this morning, the Lexington Fire Department is mourning the loss of a former captain who died in a motorcycle crash in Barron County. The department says Max Hellmuller died after he crashed Tuesday morning on Highway 68 near Glasgow. Investigators say he was trying to pass a construction grader when the grader turned in front of him. The motorcycle hit the side of the grader, throwing Hellmuller onto the road. He later died at the hospital.
A Madison County teacher is behind bars this morning on sexual abuse charges. Police say she had sex with a 16-year-old student.
Berea police say 24-year-old Brandy Whitaker was arrested Tuesday afternoon. She teaches biology at Madison Southern High School. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has the story.
Police say an anonymous tip to social services brought investigators here to Madison Southern High School on Tuesday. A few hours later, Brandy Whitaker was in jail. She faces charges of sexual abuse, rape, and sodomy.
You're talking about an adult and a child, and she has a position of authority over this child. She's his teacher. So, obviously anything like this we take very seriously.
Police say Whitaker admitted to having sexual contact with the teen on 2 separate occasions. Police say the 2 incidents happened when school was out in June and July, once at Ms. Whitaker's home and once at a park. We're told neither incident happened here at the high school. According to her website, Whitaker went to Berea College and started teaching at Madison Southern last year. In a statement, Madison County Schools says the school district is cooperating with police and also conducting its own internal investigation of the charges. In the meantime, Whitaker has been suspended with pay.
It's a sad situation really for everybody involved. You know, like I said, it's unfortunate, but these things do happen sometimes.
In Berea, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Well, police say they do have more following up to do, but they have no reason to think there are other victims. Whitaker declined our request for an interview from jail.
The time is 4:35 on WKYT, and this morning Franklin County school leaders are looking for some new school bus drivers. They say right now they simply don't have enough. School leaders say some buses are running up to half an hour late because of the driver shortage. The drivers they do have are adding stops, which would normally be part of another driver's route. School leaders say they need to hire 13 new drivers, but they're having trouble finding people interested in the job.
Honestly, you see on TV and stuff a lot of times where accidents have happened, kids have gotten hurt, and that kind of has driven the applicant pool down some.
The school district is offering to help new bus drivers find more working hours to make it as close to an 8-hour day as possible. The district expects 6 new drivers to be qualified soon.
Happening today, summer is officially over for students at UK as a new year of classes begins this morning. Thousands will be on campus over the course of the day, learning a new schedule and finding what buildings they will be studying in. Because the university has multiple areas of construction and new students may be unfamiliar with portions of campus, expect driving conditions to be slow at times. Urban police now warning people about a phone scam. They say someone is calling people there claiming to be an urban police officer and saying they have a warrant for an arrest. Police say this is just a scam. They say they will never call people about warrants and ask for any personal information. They say a similar scam was reported in Madison County a few weeks ago.
In Lancaster, police are also warning people about a scam involving a bogus beggar. They say the man approaches people either claiming he needs money to help his sick father or he needs gas money to drive to his father's funeral. But Lancaster police say it's just a scam and that 10 people have lost money because of it. One of the victims says it is frustrating.
Every dime that he borrowed, he should have to work and pay it back. And he should have pulled about 6 months or year in jail.
Lancaster police say they know who the bogus beggar is, but they are not releasing his name until they have an arrest warrant. They say he will be facing a misdemeanor charge. A national organization is calling for some artwork showing Jesus Christ to be removed from the Breathitt County Courthouse.
The artwork shows a man kneeling before Jesus with the caption, "In your place, what would Jesus do?" The Freedom From Religion Foundation says the organization has sent multiple letters to Breathitt County leaders over the last few years asking it be removed. But the organization says the letters haven't been answered.
To put this at the seat of county government is really chilling. This sends this message that you better pretend to be a Christian if you want to get any service or justice around here.
The organization says the artwork violates the First Amendment of the Constitution. Breathitt County Judge Executive John Lester Smith says he doesn't want to comment until he talks to the county attorney.
Well, WKYT This Morning is just getting started on your Wednesday. We're glad you're with us. Our time is 4:38.
While the kids are dangling off monkey bars, you can burn some extra calories by joining them. Moms Every Day has a playground workout up ahead.
And we're looking outside, seeing those 50s. Boy, does it feel good out and about. Now, as we get into the afternoon, it's another day with 70s, but it's going to change sometime soon. I'll show you when, coming up.